Okay, got it. Mm.
Okay, we are the Robinsons. 2 years ago, we left America to relocate to Bali, Indonesia.
Yep, and we took everything. We sold everything. We sold everything, and the only thing we took is what will fit in a backpack or what will fit in a small luggage. And it was our goal to experience other cultures. We wanted to look for opportunities, and we
Right.
wanted to, one day when we figure out where we want to go, we want to buy land, settle down, and start a business online. I mean, not online, start a business internationally.
Abroad, yeah.
And on this page, we created this page so that we could bring you guys along. So we try to bring you guys along as we do whatever it takes to make this dream come true. And if this is something that you guys are interested in, what they got to do, babe?
You got to change your mindset.
No,
Oh,
hit subscribe.
oh sorry. We need you to subscribe, like, comment on our page so we can continue to grow this page and keep bringing you this good information and taking you along this journey that we have started and be a blessing to you as you are a blessing to us.
Yep. Okay, so basically today we are, as you can see on a title, we talking about what it really takes to leave America. Because a lot of you guys have been leaving us comments about this is something that you want to do.
Yeah.
And so we decided to go live today because we want to share some of the things that we did and, what you should be doing if this is something that you're thinking about doing. If you're thinking about leaving America, if you're thinking about getting out of there, you definitely want to do these 3 things that we're going to talk about in this live. So make sure you stay until the very end of this video. Make sure you watch the entire video because we do not hold back. We keep it real. We tell you the real. It's a lot of pages out here that like to spoon feed you bullshit.
Yeah. They are not keeping it real.
They
So
only telling you things that are cushy and nice because they are eventually gonna try to monetize or sell you something. But we just create this platform because we just gonna try to keep it real.
so if you need to get you a pen and pad and write some of this good information down, go ahead because we're getting ready to jump into it.
Okay, so number one thing that you need to do if you want to live abroad, if you want to leave America, you're going to have to make some mindset shifts, okay?
Yes, yes.
That's like number one
That's the
thing.
reason why it's number one, because
Yeah.
that's like a major part of this transition.
What mindset shift do you feel like you had to make? What's the biggest one that you had to make when it came to like moving abroad or preparing to move abroad?
I think for me, it was knowing that there was a potential that I was going to lose relationships, whether that be family or friends. You know what I mean? Like I knew that there would be some people that wouldn't respect my decision or just didn't understand what I was doing and just there wasn't going to be right there along with me or be a support system that I needed. So that would be one for me. What about you?
What was the shift? What was the mental shift that you had to make? Because when you realized that, like, what was the shift you had to make mentally, like in your thought process?
Well, I felt like, to a certain degree that a lot of people that I had in my corner would always be there. And once I figured that out, I had to switch my mind to knowing that, it's not just me having that support system with them and having a support system with you. It's like you are the only support system that I have and that I need. Like I can't expect, all these other people to still be there when I do what I gotta do.
Well, do you feel like you've met people along the journey that you feel like had met those expectations? Like, how do you feel?
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, like I've met a lot of like-minded people in all of these different countries that we've been to. I've met a lot of people, made a lot of friends from places that I would probably never even think that I would have friends in, so the support system that I feel like I may have lost when I left the States, I gained that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once I got out here,
Yeah.
I had I still have a friend, that just went back to India. He's always been, champion, what we're doing. My friend Patrick from Australia. I remember telling him the story about how we got here and the things that we had to overcome to even get here, and he was just totally amazed and was very thankful for us sharing our story with him because he was like, man, you guys are amazing. I can't believe that you guys did that and you were still here and you're sitting here talking to me like it's nothing. It's a huge deal. And, to us, we don't even really look at it like, it was such a big deal because hell, we've been in survival mode for so long, you know what I mean? Like, so these are things, we've been overcoming stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like I have built a lot of relationships with people, people from the UK, Simon, Rose, you know what I mean? Kyan. Kyan has, even, been a huge plus for us because, we've been, 2 years now? You know what I'm saying? We've been knowing her. And, man, the things that she's done for us over the years, man, I like, bro, we've only known each other 2 years, and the things she's done for us, you would swear that we've known each other all our lives. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of shirts by Kyan,
Yeah, that
okay,
the front of it
we're
says
rocking the Kyan design.
that dream, which means a lot.
Yeah.
If you dream big, you can achieve big. So
Yeah.
yeah, and that black looks real good on you. I
Looks
like
good
that
on
black
me. I
with
like this
the
shirt.
white
It's
letters.
like a really good quality. It's a really like thick, good quality t-shirt. I love the fact that the sleeves come all the way down. So if you in Bali, hit Kyan up so you can get your shirt. And I
Just
will drop her
drop her, yeah.
description, her ad in the description because Kyan keeps her hair tight. So, you can go over there, get your hair done, get you a fit,
Yeah,
all of the things
she
if
gets you
you're in
right. She
Bali.
gets you right.
But it sounds like your mindset shift was just like one of growth. And, speaking of yours before I get into mine, I think that transition happened for you before we even left America because I remember, you even recognizing that, like you feeling like your relationships weren't the same like
Nah.
they used to be when you were already in America, like feeling like you can't relate to certain people the same way that you had been previously, that you had been really close to, but then now all of a sudden there's like a awkwardness there. Y'all can't really relate to each other, and that's because I think that you was doing a necessary growth and the growth and the work before we even left America. And that's what I'm talking about, like those mind shifts. And that, unfortunately, what comes with it is the loss of relationships. You lose people that you thought that you was gonna have in your life forever. You thought that these people were gonna be riders. You thought that, y'all was gonna grow old together. And then you realize that was just a season in your life, and they were just a season to be there for a season, and then just a part of your growth journey.
Another thing that I would add to that, those people that still stick with you when you go into this journey and they understand what you're doing and applaud it, those are the people that's gonna still be in your corner. Cause like I can say, my boy, man, shout out to Blue. He, man, from the moment, you know what I mean, that we told him that we was getting ready to make this move, he supported us all the way through. He supported us so much that he was supporting us even when we was in Bali. Like we first got here, like we had some things that we needed to take care of, and he took care of them. So big shout out to Blue, man. Appreciate you, love you, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Man, been A1 since day one, since the day I met him.
That's facts.
Yeah.
It's not too many people, are built like that. I appreciate.
For me, a mindset shift that I really needed to make before leaving the States was just realizing that, and I'm sorry if I'm like stuttering and sounding like I got a lisp. Your girl got her braces taken out.
Got that beautiful smile back.
And
Wow.
I have retainers now, and I'm trying to get used to them.
We twinsies. We both got retainers now.
Yeah, yeah. So one thing that I had to get used to was, or that I had to, a mindset shift that I had to make before we left was just realizing that everything that I was taught as an American, everything that I taught that was as growing up, um, as I was growing up, everything that I thought I knew, I didn't have a clue.
Right.
I
That's a
didn't
good
have a
one.
single clue.
That's a good one.
Like it literally was just like, um, you know, I was learning a lot of things, and I had to realize that the life that I was about to embark on, like a lot of the people that I had learned from had never done some of the things that I was about to do, like just pack up and move to another place. That's kind of like unheard of. And so you kind of got to throw away like some advice or like some of the things, some of the indoctrination that you had, the programming you had, because when you leave the bubble of your life, of America, life is completely different. Like you'll be thinking that like it's supposed to go this way, and then you'll go on the other side of the world and it's like, nah, it don't work like that. You
Yeah.
know, it's like life is completely different. I know like he always get frustrated because we'll be driving and there's like a road and it'll split this way and this way. And then in America, if you come across those roads and you're gonna turn on a road that's split like that, of course you go on the side of the direction of, you know, which you're driving. So for us, since we're in Asia now, will be the left side. But here, people be driving on the right side, flipping around. Like, it's just craziness. And then I had to remind myself, even like the smallest things, it's like just because they don't do it the way we did it in America does not mean that my way is right and
Right.
their way is wrong.
Yeah.
That is just a small part of the bubble of how you live here, and this is how the world functions here.
Yeah. I had to learn that a
That's
lot.
a big
Yeah.
mindset
Yeah.
shift. So
Huge.
when you come, like when we first, the work has to start before you move. You have to realize that like what you know, you don't know nothing, right? Like especially if you ain't never been nowhere. If this is gonna be like your first time traveling, you don't know nothing, right? Like there's this thing right now where like Black Americans are like going to these other countries and they ending up in jail, and like, you know, things are happening to them because they come with the mentality that this is the US, and you don't realize that you don't know nothing. What works in the US will not work for you in these other countries. They don't give a damn about how you do things in America. In fact, they don't even like Americans really because of this type of mentality. So you cannot come here like, oh, my way is right. This is the way to do things here in America, this and that and the third. You have to make that shift before. You have to have a level of respecting people's culture and how they
Right.
do things before you leave America. You have to do, like, you have to have some level of self-awareness before you actually leave. Because once you do leave, it's gonna be like retraining yourself. You're
Yeah.
gonna be relearning everything. Like when we got here, I had to relearn everything, like everything that I thought I knew, even pertaining to like customs, cultural customs, religion, like all of this stuff. I'm having to like retrain myself because I can see things from a bigger scale now. So that's like a really big shift that you have to make if you want to move from America. Okay? So you got anything to add to that? Because if not, we're gonna go on to number 2.
No, you made a lot of good points in that retraining yourself, because man, you like you were saying about the Black Americans that are going to different countries that are getting into issues, like like you said, like you cannot come out here with that same mentality, man, because they will hide you in these countries for the
Yeah.
things, you know what I'm saying, that you thinking that you can do. And a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, like you might be in the right, but it's a
It's just
way,
not the way
you
you
know what I'm
do
saying, like it's
things.
a way to do things to get things done,
Yeah.
that you want, but you all that yelling and screaming and all that, you know what I mean? Like they
That's
not,
an American thing,
yeah,
yeah.
man.
Like for example, just this past a couple weeks ago, there's 2 ladies here. One is from America, one from UK, Black ladies. They are here in Bali,
Yeah.
and they're at the nail shop. And I don't know what happened at the nail shop. You may seen this footage because it's gone viral, but they're at the nail shop, and then there's a disagreement about the payment, and the woman, the black woman, takes the money back, like goes to grab the money, like she's gonna take it back because she wanted to speak to the owner.
Yeah.
She kept saying, "Oh, if you're not gonna let me speak to the owner," she went to take the money back, and the local lady, she Indonesian lady,
Yeah.
snatched the money back from her, and then it ended up being this whole thing. The Indonesian lady came around the corner, like they was about to have like an altercation, and the other friend came from back inside and grabbed the Indonesian lady and shook her, like, and was like really yelling at her. I think it really scared them. And like the thing is, that situation unfortunately led them to they in jail, right? Like they're gonna get time.
And that's
Like
like
they
you don't
paraded
want to go to
them
jail out here, man.
with the orange jackets, like they're going to jail. And my thing is, it's a with that situation. I'm always telling people, don't get yourself in a situation where a split second decision ruins your entire life. When you're going and you're traveling, you got to understand that like kindness and niceness will move the needle more than getting the attitude, right? Like we heard the situation about the lady in Dubai, right? She got the attitude, and the next thing you know, she was in jail. Sometimes you just have to talk to people like with some decency, like, and to get them to do things or to understand things. It's not like how it is in America where you can act a damn fool and get what you want.
And just to add to that, I myself have had issues, you know what I'm saying, where I had to show a lot of restraint, and it was to the point where she had to find a way to distract me from saying something. So it's like it takes a whole level of restraint, and honestly doing your homework and knowing the rules and the way things are done in these places before you even get there. So you could easily get caught in a situation that you feel like it could be resolved the way that you want to, and you could end up in a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
So that's a lot, y'all. We just dropped a lot of gems about like some shifts, some things for you guys to think about. Like a lot of people will tell you all of the good things or whatever. Like it's you going to the land of milk and honey and this and that. But it only becomes the land of milk and honey after you make necessary mindset shifts. Okay, like you need to shift your mentality on a lot of things, especially if you ain't never traveled.
yeah,
Number two, you got to get your money up. You got to get your money up. You got to find some way to have some sort of money, some income stream, some sort of way. So if you can work online, if you get you an online job and they are okay with the fact that you work and you also are a traveler, do that. Get
yeah,
you a job. If you have a business that you can do, like an online business, a way that you can sell things online, do that. If you into stocks, if you into, what are people doing? Crypto, if you're into whatever it is, you want a way to make money. For us, that was the thing. That was one of the hardest things for us to do,
yeah.
but because it takes a while. And we started that journey before we ever even left the States. And it's like,
Yeah, man.
and we still working on it, y'all.
Yeah,
Like we
yeah.
still trying to get, and you don't just want one avenue of income. You want to have multiple avenue streams. So like, that's why we on YouTube now. Like, so y'all subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Subscribe,
Watch the
subscribe,
videos all the
subscribe.
way through. Support your people, okay? Cause like, this is another avenue stream for us. We're trying to get monetized. So
We will get
we will
monetized.
get monetized.
We're claiming that.
You're right.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is have like several avenues of income coming in. And I'm not going to be the person to be like, you have to have it all figured out before you leave, because we didn't,
No,
and we
because
make shit
you're gonna
happen.
continue to try to figure it out,
You're
man.
going to continue and
To
grow.
be honest, a lot of people uh worldwide that are travelers or expats or whatever, they're trying to figure this shit out. You know what I mean? Like, don't let people fool you and think that they have it all together because you see, their Instagram page or whatnot, man. We all out here trying to figure this shit out, man.
Yeah.
And like she said, finances is a huge part of being able to travel, being able to be an expat, wherever you are in the world. You want to have those multiple streams of revenue to support you and whatever it is that you're trying to do. You could be coming out here trying to start a nonprofit, or you could be, wanting to start a restaurant, clothing store, whatever
Yeah,
type
you
of
can start
business,
a
that
business.
you're trying
Yeah.
to do, buying property. You want to have those multiple streams of income because I promise you, having the revenue would help you have a better experience of being out here. Like, that's one stress that you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
is that revenue.
And even once you start traveling, you go to these places, like we said before, the opportunities will just start slapping you in the face anyway, and you'll start seeing opportunities for you to start business, for you to invest, in different little projects and things like that, so that will happen for you once you go, but you need to have something before. And if you don't got it all the way figured out, then I suggest you do something to make sure that that savings account is nice and cushy.
Yeah.
That little travel account is nice and cushy. So like one of the things that we did is we sold everything. Like I said, we sold
Man.
everything. Like we literally started about a year or so before we actually
Yeah.
moved. And that was another mindset shift. Because look, now we on 1 and 2. But that was another mindset shift. We had to shift ourselves out of like the overconsumption, over buying, like as Americans, we tend to like work for things.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You going to work, working 40 and 60 hours just to say you have things. And so, one of the things that we had to do is like really get out of that. Like we had to simplify our lives, even in America. Like we had to say like, do I really need, like my shoe closet I had like 60 pair of shoes. Do I really need 60 pair of high heels and shoes? I don't. I really only need like one or two, right? Like now, I even still was just saying to you earlier, like I have too many high heels.
And she has 3 pair of
No,
shoes.
I have one,
No,
two,
heels you have 3.
one, two. Oh, I do only have three.
Yeah, I know, I counted them.
No, I have four. I mean, the wedding ones.
Oh, I
So I
forgot
have the
about
four.
those.
I think that's too much. Like I'm trying to like get rid of one of them, and he like, you don't want to keep those. I'm like, no, I think 3 is enough. But like trying to simplify our life and what we spend our money on, so that we are not in this habit of like working for things and over consuming, and we can really make that savings account cushy. So we sold so much
The
stuff.
stuff that we sold, it varied. It went from, we sold 2 cars,
We sold our whole house.
what I mean? Like, it had to been over
Electronics,
100 pair of shoes, probably,
clothes,
everything.
shoes.
The crazy thing is, we started selling this stuff a year before we ended up leaving. And by the time we were getting ready to leave, that we had to take almost we gave a truckload of stuff away, as a donation. We actually gave a lot of stuff to Salvation Army, which is like another donation place, where they take things off your hand and take it. That it took us a year to literally get rid of everything we own. So that just tells you, as 2 people, why the hell did we need all of the stuff that we had? Once we started going through the shit, and we was
It was
like,
like it's just
why the hell?
ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to dress nice. I had one side of a closet, and she had one side plus, you know. Well, let's keep it real. We said we
It
go.
was a walk-in
Yeah, we said
closet.
we're gonna keep it real, right?
Yeah. I mean, listen, the thing is, y'all, we had a 3-bedroom and it was just us two.
2.5 bath.
2.5 bath, we just had like stuff. Like we just had stuff. We was we were caught in a cycle of working for things. Things that you just got just cause. We got the 3-bedroom place. We like, oh, cause family can come stay and all of this stuff, no,
Hell,
like no, nobody
came.
even
Shit,
came. Nobody,
maybe
we
two
barely got
people over the whole time we were staying there.
we barely got visits. So no.
Hell, even the place we just moved out of, shit, we had that for a year, and we only had one couple come stay. That was, people from Simon and Rose from the UK. They came and stayed, but shit, out of a year, only 2 people ever came to our house.
Yeah.
So
You can't. This pillow is so uncomfortable, y'all. I'm gonna just have to go and toss this over here. But you can't live your life for things, right? Like, and then you can't live your life for like what ifs. Like that's just some things that you gotta kind of like shift your mind around, like and just say, you know what? Do I really need this? And if you don't, sell it. Sell it. Sell
matter of
it.
fact, whenever you get time, go in your closet, go in your garage, and just look around and see if there's things in there that you be like, you know what, I really don't need it. Start getting rid of it.
Yeah. And I sold things just to take it even deeper. I sold things we on Poshmark. Man, made a killing on Poshmark before we left. Like that was a little like a period where we had already kind of like closer to when we was leaving. We had left our jobs and stuff like that, and like Poshmark was paying our bills.
It really
Like
was
we
between
was selling
that
stuff and paying bills on Poshmark
and
while we was
crypto.
in the States. And then we were using OfferUp. We would sell things on OfferUp. So like we had like literally like a store. People was dropping by, or we was dropping things off, like little pickup spots, like almost every single day. Like
I was going to the mailbox almost every day, sending
yes,
stuff
dropping
off.
off stuff, mailing stuff. So like really, like that's one thing you got to do is look and see what you can start selling. Start living a more simple life. That'll get you probably a big lump sum of money before you even leave, just enough to make your savings cushy. Don't give all that stuff away. Start selling it. If you got an idea like I'm gonna move in 1 year, start selling now.
And that'll give you a lot of time in the end days. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you get ready to go, that not having to worry about moving a lot of stuff, and because at the end of the day, you know what I mean. Like it was a headache. No, it was almost to where we were not begging, but we were like biting our fingernails. Hey man, I got this stuff to give away. You want to come get it? You can get it for free. And then you gotta wait for people to actually come and get it. But yeah, being able to minimize our belongings made it a lot easier. And like I said, it took us all the way down to
Made us money.
yeah.
Made us money. I can't even count how much money we probably made on the things we actually sold. Like, and how that helped us before we left.
Yeah.
Like that's just how much stuff we had. So sell your things. Get your money right. Right? Get your money right. Figure some stuff out. Make a plan. Get your money right. All right. Last thing that we gonna talk about is, what was the last one? It was get your money right. Oh, do your research.
That is man, damn. We should have just went 1-1-1, because all 3 of these are very, very, very good points. That even ties into where I was talking about, the people, black people going to different countries and getting caught up in issues. That's because they're not doing their research.
Yep.
You don't know the laws. You don't know the customs. You don't know how things are done there. So you're going off your Western mindset of, I'm gonna go over there and do the same shit that I was doing back home here, and it's not gonna go there. But you need to know about the crime rate. You need to know even the demographics of what type of nationalities are there. Are the
The
American?
religions,
That's another one.
because
Good
that
religion.
matters.
Yeah.
Like, especially religion shaped laws. You know what I'm saying? So like right now we are in Indonesia, And Indonesia is a majority Muslim country.
Yeah.
A lot of their customs and cultural norms surrounding religion shape the laws here.
Yeah.
So, and it's not just that, it's not just like that here. It's like that all
All
over the
over.
world,
Yeah.
which is why you have to like literally do some research. What else?
Doing the research on the local currency,
Oh yeah.
transportation, even places to eat. Man, hell, you even want to know, what type of, like diseases. Like, say if you're somewhere they have Malaysia going around, and if there's like some kind of,
Malaysia? They have Malaysia going
I
around?
mean, malaria, not Malaysia. Malay people wasn't talking about y'all. Malaria, just anything you might need to get vaccinations for that. Because I know when we
How
came,
is healthcare in
yeah,
their
ooh,
country?
yeah, yeah,
How is
okay,
healthcare? If you get sick, are you going to be able to go to the hospital and get adequate care?
yeah,
And if you can get adequate care, are you in the vicinity of where you looking to be able, are you going to like a certain uh, province, that's what they call it, province. Province is like a state, right? Like we call it state in the States, like Texas. So province is like Bali here. Are you in a province where you can get appropriate care in these countries? Like, it's a lot of things you need to research. But mainly I want to stress just like cultural norms. Y'all be getting on internet, y'all be getting on these dang on TikToks and YouTube channels and Instagram and letting these people tell you crap that ain't real, like because they trying to sell
man,
you stuff. Y'all letting people tell you stuff like, there was an instance here where like there was a woman who you know, the couple who was saying something about like she kind of made a bunch of like Indonesians, I would say Indonesians, um, upset because she was saying how Indonesia's LGBTQIA
community,
plus. That's what the
whatever,
that they are that community friendly, and I would say that Bali is its own thing.
yeah,
Okay, so like what happens in Bali is separate from Indonesia itself. Bali is Hindu, right? Hindu is the primary religion here. Indonesia as a whole, Muslim,
Muslim,
is the primary
prominent,
religion, and in Islam, homosexuality is not accepted. Okay, but in Hindu and Bali themselves, they don't really care. Now you're not in danger, but you can't be like on the internet telling people like, oh, come here. It's like whatever, whatever. And she found that out the hard way. Because it really upset a lot of the locals and they got her out of here. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? So like you got to be more culturally aware of things and like socially aware and self-aware. Like, and you got to know, like do research. Like, like you
and
got
then,
to know, like you can't be disrespectful like when you pull up in people's country. You got to know enough to make the decision that yes, I can live here and yes, I can respect the way that these people live their life. Because like I said, it don't revolve around you as an American.
and even when you get to these places and you have done your research and you feel like there's things that you don't know, just ask locals. They'll tell you. They'll tell you the truth. They'll tell you how things go, what you can and can't do. Because we do it a lot. We ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Even if you feel like it's a dumb question or you don't
Or offensive.
offensive, just ask. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing wrong with getting the information.
Like we had a conversation this weekend with the sweetest local Indonesian girl that we met. We were supposed to go to lunch with them.
Oh
We
yeah.
have not got a chance to go to lunch with them. But the conversation came up about us experiencing some issues with the police in Malaysia, and we were just at the table having a conversation, and one of the girls from I don't know where she's from, Australia, she asked, "Why would that happen to y'all? Like, why would the police do that?" And before we could even fix our mouth to answer the question, the local, the Indonesian girl, she like answered for us, and she was just like, we are taught, like we see Americans on TV, especially Black Americans, and we see the rioting, we see the all the stuff they put about us on the news, the shooting, the uproar, all of the things, like not even rioting, but just all of the us fighting each other, us chasing each other down the street, shooting each other.
The thing is that propaganda that America is putting out about black people, this is coming from us. Every damn black person is not about that.
She knows that though, and I
But
think
I'm speaking to people
that's actually watching.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but anybody who's like some sort of culturally aware outside of their own bubble, no matter where you are in the world, you're aware of that. I'm not running around trying to say like all white people are the same, or all Indonesians are the same, or
right.
all, you know what I'm saying? You are aware that there are some people that, and I think that's why she was able to speak for us, because she was like, you know, that's just what we see, and a lot of Indonesians don't understand that not all black people are like that.
Right.
They do have people that's doing that, but you got ignorant people in all cultures.
Facts.
You know, we see videos of Indonesia slapping each other and fighting and cutting up, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So I think we were saying like open the conversation up for dialogue if you're not sure. You know what I'm saying? I noticed like another thing with her too, she kept correcting herself when she was talking to us. She was like, you know, and it's like she wanted to say, you know, black people, but she stopped. She would catch herself, like she would say like African American, like African American, and I was wondering, like, I wonder if she think it's offensive to call us black people. And I think she must have thought so, because she was like, let me not say black people, let me say African American. You know, so I thought that was interesting, but it opens up dialogue and it allows you to be able to have these conversations. Like, I never got to ask her that, but we had such an amazing conversation. We learned so much about Indonesians and how they think and how they grow up, and like some of the things that, even from her perspective as a local, that she feel that people still that they're working on in their own culture, and in many ways it's just like it's just like
almost
us,
a
y'all.
similar struggles that we face as Black Americans. Like when she talked about how they wanted her to straighten her hair because it was too
Unruly. That's what she
unruly,
said.
what they call it. You know what I'm saying?
Colorism. You
They
know,
deal with the same things.
like the beauty standards,
Right.
the losing one's culture, like the fact that they are wanting to not keep up with traditional things and like their culture to assimilate to Western culture
Yeah.
and things like that, losing their identity and their, like, just all of this stuff. And I was like listening, like,
Damn.
wow, like, you know, it's just like you just never know. Do research, talk to people, make a friend. Stop getting on these damn TikToks and these Instagrams, getting your information about what's going on. Just to let y'all know, one of the things that we do to get information is, first of all, we make friends. Like, we
Yeah,
don't
we
just,
have feet on the ground. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like we are in the streets. We're moving and grooving amongst the locals. You know, we make foreigner friends. So
yeah, we
like
don't
she
just stick
said,
to one demographic of friends. Like,
those conversations that we have need to be had, because we had those type of conversations with Indonesians. We have them with Australians. Even want to say Africans. You know what I mean? But we have hard conversations with those need to be had, so people know, everyone has a different perspective on different issues. So um yeah, I really love having these conversations, especially when it's people that are like-minded and are willing to listen and are willing to share,
yeah,
and not being standoffish and not wanting to tell the truth.
most people will talk. Like, most people will talk to you, and they do want to like curious about you, and they don't mind sharing about them. So like, get out there, meet other people. Like, I know a lot of times, like, black people, and we meet them all the time, will come to Bali and they only want to be around black people. Like, you cannot get out and meet some people from other places in the world. Like, that have different experiences. I ain't saying that you like get out there and meet some people. Like we got friends from like all over now. And so we able to get that perspective. But not only that, another thing that we do to do research is we don't look to Instagram and things for research. You want to look at forums, travel forums, like actually from people who live there. So a forum that I like to use is actually what's the name? Well, one of them is Facebook. I'm gonna tell you the other. TripAdvisor. I think it's TripAdvisor. Yes.
Yeah, TripAdvisor.
So one of them is Facebook. I would just join a Facebook group or a community of foreigners or immigrants or expats and take my time and read through the things that people are asking, the things that people are going through, the things that people are dealing with, learn a little more from the people who are actually there on the ground. And then another resource that you can use is TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor has an area called forums. You can go on forums, and literally the forums go back as long, like 2006, 2002, and you could just read and find patterns of how things are. And like, you know, they give great advice. Like you might be trying to get somewhere, like, you know, we're gonna go to Taiwan in a couple days, and I was like really confused about how I was gonna get from where we were staying to a night market, and if it was best to catch a taxi or whatever. I looked in TripAdvisor, I typed in some keywords, boom, somebody come in and say, oh, well, you could do it this way, but it might be easy for you not to get the taxi, to get on the red line MRT and da-da-da-da. And like, you know, this kind of stuff, you want to talk to people who are like objective, and just gonna give you the real about what's going on. And if somebody has an agenda attached, like they want to sell you an ebook, or they want to sell you on anything, period, or I want to teach you how to make money online so that you can move internationally, you're not gonna get an objective opinion. Okay, so you want to go to these other places where people just doing it out the kindness of their heart, where it's just sharing their knowledge because it is what it is. Okay.
It's valuable information.
Yeah. All right. So, y'all, all that to say, leaving America ain't easy, but you can do it. I think that the rewards when you actually do the work is like
It always
everything.
Yeah.
But it ain't easy, and you must do work. So if you like just tapping in, or you know, you didn't catch everything in this video, we talked about 3 things that you need to do if you want to leave America. Okay, the 3 things. So go back and watch the video and listen to the gems that we dropped. And after you're done, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and watch this video so that we can get watch hours and you can support us coming to give y'all the real. Okay? You got anything to say?
These 3 points that we gave you, that is very valuable information that we gave you. These are things that we've done ourselves, you know what I'm saying? These are the things that we went through to get where we are today. And I hope that this opened your eyes even more for you to be able to try to make this step as also
You okay? You need to get some water?
some dusting.
You need some water?
Yeah.
Go get some water.
Be right back, man.
Yeah, y'all. So thank you for tuning in. Let us know if you got any questions, and we will be back next week, hopefully, with a video. Tony, come say bye to the people. Say peace.
Peace out. I got me some agua. I'm good now.
All right, fam.